Hey, what's up, you guys? My name is Grace Lauren Wong, and you are listening to episode 78 of the Trauma Dump podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. We are so back. Oh my gosh. Return episode. We've been gone for how many months? It's been a while. It's been a minute. I got married. Yeah. Oh my God. That's why my name is Grace Lauren Wong now. No longer Grace Lauren Taylor. Grace Lauren Taylor is in the past. We love her. We say goodbye. But now, hi, nice to meet you. If this is the first time you're ever watching the podcast, my name is Grace Lauren Wong. I am the host and creator of the Trauma Dump podcast. And here we answer the question, what is mental health? Why and how do I take care of my own, and how do I support others? This week we're going to be discussing myself, where I've been, what's been going on. If you'd like to subscribe to this podcast, that would be amazing. It really helps us out a lot. Click that notification bell so you get a notification every time we post. We post new episodes every Sunday at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you get your podcasts, we post them. I'm back. My dog Mochi has come into the room. Come here, Mochi. Mochi, your mommy got married. Mommy and daddy got married, huh, Mochi? Here, let me zoom out so you can see the Mochi. There she is. Mochi, come here. Up. She says hi. Yes, it was amazing getting married. I have never felt so loved in my entire life. And I mean that with everything in my being. I have never felt so loved than on April 26th, 2025. Oh my God, 2025. This year, it's already the end of May, beginning of June, whenever you're watching this. And getting married was something that I have been looking forward to since I was an itty bitty Twinkie Pinky. You know, all I ever wanted was to be loved and have my love reciprocated. You know what I mean? Belonging has always been something that I've always wanted. And I think that's a human emotion, but also it is a huge trauma response, wanting to be wanted and reciprocated. And I found it. My husband is an amazing man, and I feel really, really grateful. I'm really grateful for you guys also for being so patient with me as I took time to really focus on my wedding. Me and my friends, my amazing people, planned this all ourselves. It was a completely DIY wedding. And if you don't know what DIY stands for, it's do it yourself. This entire wedding, from the flowers to the photography to the catering to I made my wedding cake with the help of my friends. We did it ourselves. It was a lot of work, but it saved us a lot of money. Oh my God, our wedding's expensive. For good reason, though, too. They took a lot of work, but they are very expensive, and I do not have the cash flow yet to do something like that. So we did it ourselves. It took a lot of energy and effort, and I'm so beyond grateful to my amazing friends. I had 4 bridesmaids. And then I had 2 bridesmen, Conrad and Johnny. And we also had our friend Andrew there as well. And then both of my brothers, Nathan and Jacob. And then my brother-in-law, Jack, was there also. And then Joey's baby sister, Flora, was our flower girl. I'm so grateful. My brother, Nathan, walked me down the aisle in place of my late father, and I was also very grateful for that. You know, because of patriarchy, we always have that expectation that the father walks the bride down the aisle. And if you're thinking, what, patriarchy? Yes, because in patriarchal standards, the woman is owned by men, essentially. You are the responsibility of your father, and then the father is transferring responsibility to your husband. You are now owned by your husband. That's why you take on the last name. And I really wanted to reframe that, not only for myself, but also for the whole idea of marriage. I made it very like set, very explained that at my wedding, we are not just celebrating me and Joey, our love together, but also community. That's something that we really want to build here with the Trauma Dump podcast. So if you haven't already, please join our Discord community. You have the link in the description. Please click it. We have so many resources on the Discord, as well as some fun things going on there. So please check it out. It's a super healing, amazing space that all of you guys have created. And I'm like astonished with the amount of patience that you guys have had in me for coming back. And we have some people on the Discord who are actually going to be in upcoming episodes, so stay tuned for that. But the wedding weekend, I'm going to get back to that. That was like a lot of work. So I was a nanny to 4 boys for 7 years, the Ivies, and they own a ranch out in Canton, Texas. And so they allowed us to have the entire wedding at the ranch. We got to get there on, I think it was, Friday. And so we got there on Friday. We started setting things up. My husband started mowing the grass. We started cleaning up the venue. And this house is huge. It is like 5 bedrooms, 2 stories, huge house. It was modeled after LBJ's house, Lyndon B. Johnson, the president's house. And it's on this ranch. This ranch is huge. I mean, ginormous, longhorns everywhere, beautiful. And before the wedding, we were checking the weather every single day because it was going to be outside, and the weather looked bleak. It looked like it was going to rain the entire weekend, and I was like, please, Gaia, please. I know the rain is amazing, and I know it's good for us, but please, please, no rain, right? I was like, no rain, no rain. Did my anti-rain dance. I was like, no rain, no rain, no rain. There was no rain. The weather was perfect. It was hot because it's Texas, but it was perfect. There was a beautiful breeze. The sunset was amazing. It's called Pink Sky Ranch for a reason. Beautiful. So Friday we get there. We start setting up. We have the rehearsal dinner. All of my bridesmaids and myself, we made our bouquets individually. And then we also made the centerpieces for all the tables outside. And then we set up the archway ourselves. It was a lot of work. All the tables, the chairs. My Uncle Robert got us to rent a canopy just in case it rained for outside. The amount of work that all of my friends and family put into this wedding, I'm astonished by. Speaking of my bridesmaids, one of my best friends from one of the most traumatizing times in my life, her name is Carly. We used to work at the Alamo Draft House together. She officiated our wedding. Like, she not only officiated our wedding, okay? Her and her girlfriend took photos and videos, amazing photos and videos of our wedding. And I got to splice them all together, and they're on my personal channel. If you want to check that out, the link will be in the description. If you want to just watch our wedding video, I finally pieced it all together, edited it. But it has splices of videos that our family members took and that Carly and Elise took. Oh my God, I'm so beyond grateful to Carly for officiating. Like, that's amazing. And then we had Kayla and Cat Lynn and Alexa. Alexa was my maid of honor. She is the sweetest. Oh my gosh. Alexa had this amazing speech that I was crying really hard throughout the entire speech. And I had done my makeup and some of Alexa's makeup, and I did Cat Lynn's makeup, and I was trying everything within me. I was like, don't ruin it. Like, don't ruin the makeup. And the speeches were amazing. And Cat Lynn, her and her spouse, Colin, I don't know how everything would have gotten done. Like, oh my gosh, Colin put in so much work to help make sure that Joey and I were not completely overwhelmed with stress. He really stepped in. He was like, I'm not a part of the wedding party. You tell me what to do, I'm gonna do it. Shout out, Colin. I really appreciate you. Like, all of my friends stepped in and stepped up for me. I have never felt more loved in my entire life. Johnny and the boys, they set up the chairs. Like, the day of the wedding, Johnny went out and sprayed down the chairs and wiped them all down. We got like a really cool picture of him doing that. And he did an amazing speech that is also on my personal YouTube channel if you want to check it out. If you don't know who Johnny Cole is, his company is Hey Brother Co. He talks about healthy masculinity. He is an advocate for anti-patriarchal, reestablishing what is it to be a man, how do I contribute to society, and how do I make the world a better place. Please go check him out if you haven't already. He's amazing. We also have episodes with Johnny. Those are episodes 64, 63, and Lucky 47, which is my lucky number. His Instagram social medias are Hey Brother Co. and his personal is Hey Brother Johnny. So please go check him out. He was amazing. Please follow him. He's awesome. If you want to get into the anti-manosphere, like break down what is being a man, check him out. But yeah, everyone knows Cat Lynn, Claude Beauty. She's one of my greatest friends in the entire world. I love her so much. Being with her was a joy. She's on episodes 16, 29, 51, and 71 if you want to check out her episodes on the podcast. And both of them will be reoccurring amazing people on the podcast because they are so helpful for mental health, and I really hope you guys check them out on your own time. But Kayla was also brilliant. I felt so loved. And a lot of people talk about their wedding days as like, oh, it's the most stressful day of your life, but also it's the most amazing day of your life. And finally, I can comprehend why. Yes, it was very stressful, but not bad stress. You know what I mean? There's like good stress and there's bad stress. There was so much anticipation. And when Nathan, my brother, walked me down the aisle and I got to see Joey, and that was awesome. That was brilliant. We had Nathan walk to the end of the aisle and wait, and Joey come and take my hand, and the feeling of just joy, like overwhelming joy that I felt was incredible. I never expected to be so loved. I never expected to recover so much that I can feel this love again. Trauma really does steal your joy in a lot of places. And to be at this point where I see a brighter side for the first time in years is incredible. I think my dad would be really proud of me. I really wish he was there. If you don't know, the whole reason why I started this podcast was to recover from the death of my dad and my papa and my grandpa, the three men in my life who left my life too soon. But I know that they were there in spirit, and I know that they love me. Carly was taking amazing pictures after the wedding by the arches, and there's a couple pictures where there's a rainbow like under my chin and right here. on my cheek, if you're listening on Spotify, under my chin and by my cheek. And my dad, when I was growing up, whenever I was crying, like I'm trying not to do now, he would lift my chin up and tell me to lift my chin up. It's going to be okay. Don't make a monkey face. Because sometimes when I cry, like I cry really hard and my lips turn down. So he would like touch my chin and he would touch my cheek and tell me that he loves me and everything was going to be okay. And it felt like in that picture he was there. I'm so grateful to Carly for taking those pictures, God. Oh, I'm so grateful. Being on a break from the podcast has really taught me a lot of things about myself, to really start to put myself first, to start to heal myself so I can help others. I centered my life for the past 2 years for a while around this podcast, around, doing so much research. How can I help others? How can I help others? How can I help others? And I really forgot about myself. And I wouldn't say I got burnt out, some slight burnout, but I didn't really focus on myself enough. I didn't really focus on what I wanted and what I needed. I was kind of running on autopilot. And I want to be really intentional with this podcast. I want to be intentional with how I present myself and how I share my story, because it's important. We call it the Trauma Dump Podcast, but the whole reason why I named it that was to reframe what is trauma dumping. How can we talk about trauma in a healthy way without hindering others, without hurting others? How can we create openness and vulnerability mutually? And I had to really focus on myself and my friendships and start to really invest in those again so that I could call on them when I needed them, so that I could be available for them to call on me when they need me. Being on a break from the podcast really taught me how much I appreciate the ability to have a platform to speak, how much I really am grateful that I have the privilege of marrying who I want. That's a privilege, and it's a right that is actively trying, like it's being taken away from so many people, not just here in America, but all around the world. I am a non-binary queer person. I love who I love, and I love my husband, Joey. He's amazing. And as a non-binary queer person who's also mixed race, and my husband is also mixed race, I also recognize that people of different races were not able to marry once upon a time, and that is actively trying to be repealed as well. So, to be able to marry who I love, in spite of it all, I'm so grateful for. And I don't know if you can hear, but my dog Gigi, my service dog, is snoring right now. She's so cute. Love, commitment, and community continue to play an active role in my healing journey. And I think that's the only way that we can actually heal, that we can actually move forward through the trauma. A lot of people want to get to a point where they're like, I'm no longer traumatized, I'm trauma-free. But in my humble opinion, that doesn't exist. It just happens that trauma is no longer at the forefront of your mind. It's always going to be there. I'm always going to miss my dad. I'm always going to feel that hurt of what my mother did to me. I'm always going to feel that pain of what so many men have done to me. But it's no longer defining me. And it's no longer impeding me on my journey of self-discovery, recovery, and renewal. It's just a part of me now, so that I can connect with others and help them pull them back out of that disgusting muck. Like our podcast, The Dumpster Fire, the whole intro that you guys see at the beginning, the animated of getting out of that dumpster, lighting it on fire, and then walking away, for me is really, really symbolic. When we're in trauma, we allow ourselves to be further crushed, pushed down by the weight of the garbage, and we focus and we fixate on it. But when we get out of it, when we release it, so this is not going to hold me down anymore, it's so uplifting. Like the weight on my shoulders of everything that I have been through is finally lifting. I do so much in my life other than this podcast. I teach. I am a private instructor. I have my own practice. I teach people how to sing and how to act. I have a business called Gracelets by Grace, where I make crystal beaded jewelry. I have a fulfilling life now that could not have happened, could not have occurred without my community and without my husband enabling me to succeed, encouraging me, uplifting me, keeping me on that path. Yes, I've done a lot of work, but I didn't do any of it alone. And I'm so immensely grateful, not only to them, but to you for watching this, for listening to this, for being here, for being with me on this journey. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. I'm really excited about season 2 of the Trauma Dump podcast. I'm really excited about this new season of my life. I'm on a health journey as well. My health journey is more around mobility and strength training. Kayla, who is one of my bridesmaids, is actually training me actively. I can now princess carry my husband, which, not gonna brag, he's 185 pounds. So I can pick him up like this with my arms outstretched, right, like a princess. I'm still working on being able to carry him for more than 3 steps, but I'm getting there. That was like my marker. That was my first goal. I was like, I want to be able to lift up my husband like a princess. And now my next goal is to be able to carry him a little bit of ways. For the first time in a long time, I actually love my body. Which makes me want to cry also. I have had so much shame around my body for my whole life. I have severe hypothyroidism that has been affecting me since I was diagnosed at 8 years old. And so my weight has drastically fluctuated throughout my life, no matter what I did. And finally, my weight has kind of stabilized. And I'm going through body reconstruction. Like, a lot of the fat that I have like stored is finally like kind of being released. Like, I'm able to move, and I have just more control over my body, and a lot of the trauma that's stored in my shoulders and my hips, I'm actively working out to release it. I am starting to feel healthy again. And that's really all I've ever wanted, was to feel healthy and love myself and feel encouraged by the amount of progress that I have made. I really want to start focusing more this podcast on ways to overcome a lot of different trauma. That's what season 2 is really going to be about. It's about overcoming. This is like a call out to you guys. If you want to be on an episode, please message me. Okay. Please message me on the Discord. It's in the link in the description. I'm also going to include, we have a Google form if you want to be on the podcast. I'm really looking forward to topics like healing inner child work, like inner child. I want to heal that. I want to hear your story. If you want to talk on the podcast, maybe healing sibling dynamics, grief, integration, marriage after trauma, boundaries in adulthood, like how to build coping mechanisms. If you want to be on the podcast, please message us. We would really greatly appreciate it because I want to hear your story, and I'm sure all of us want to hear your story as well. Speaking of like the Gracelets, all of the wedding party got a custom set except for the groomsmen. I love them. But the bridesmaids, they got earrings, they got a chain necklace, they got a choker, they got 2 bracelets, and I actually put, all that stuff on my website. If you want to check out the Gracelets, I have a website now. I'm actually proud of it. It's on Shopify, which I don't know if you guys know Shopify, but I really love Shopify. I'm not sponsored, okay? But it's really easy for me to figure it out. So I have a website on Shopify now, and I'm constantly uploading new things to Shopify if you want to check it out. Also, the Instagram is Gracelets by Grace. That is GraceLettsByGrace. I do markets also, if you want to check me out at a market. I live in Texas. I'm going to be doing Friday nights at the Sound, which is in Coppell. If you want to check me out and maybe shop around, see some things that I've made, that would be amazing. Art and creation has been integral in transmuting my pain into purpose. I love painting. I love drawing. I love crocheting. I love making jewelry. My friends keep telling me that I need to accept the fact that I am a jeweler. And that feels really heavy because I actually come from a line of jewelers in Jamaica. My Mimi, that's my dad's mother side of the family, they're jewelers. And it's a part of my heritage. And I make beautiful things, and I have to congratulate myself because my business, oh my God, guys, it's the amount of progress that I've made with my business that I can actually see. I know sometimes you're at a market and the market isn't going too well, but like the progress over time, the ups and downs, like I can see it, and I feel so encouraged and hopeful. It's amazing. I hope you feel encouraged by this update. I know it's like an unconventional podcast episode. Usually we have guests on here and we talk about different topics, but you guys all voted in the Discord that you wanted to hear like an update about my life, and I'm so grateful and so appreciative that y'all care. I am so grateful for this community that we're building. Thank you for listening. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe to us on YouTube. Please click that post notification bell. Comment down below what kind of episodes you want to see from us on the podcast. If you're listening to us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, please rate the show. That really, really helps us out a lot. Thank you so much for listening, watching, for being here. Remember, you are capable of a fulfilling life in spite of your circumstances and your trauma. May you rise again from the ashes and be filled with peace, hope, love, joy, and understanding. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you so much for being here. Mwah! Goodbye.